Hey, welcome to my video presentation. In this video, I'm going to discuss the system analysis and design. Now let's move into our table of contents. So we have introduction, system analysis and design, the different organizational roles involved in system analysis and design, business requirements for system design, system analysis and design methodologies, which includes waterfall method, V-model method, incremental method, spiral method, and agile method. Of course, we have conclusion and references. The system analysis and design is a process of identifying goals of the company through applying proper procedure for both short and long-term plans. System analysis and design are two different things that deals to address issues. So today, technology is one of the major platforms that a company has. So in fact, it has a significant factors that affects everything, including decision making for daily operations. So all the products have to go through processes, which includes everything that we see on the market online. In addition, the organization that builds websites and applications use methodologies. This kind of object is actually made from the idea into the object, and developers and analysts, they have to go through into the stages of applying the method to be able to produce the product like this. So as a system analyst, I will be conducting training about system analysis and design, as well as its uses using correct methodologies and techniques. Now let's move on to our system analysis. It says that it is a process of analyzing the market needs and developing system that would serve them. System analysis is an exciting field where serving the users is concerned through maintaining or developing new compatible system. System analysis and design is part of system development lifecycle, which has to apply in a certain project. That means they must have a method that is acceptable by the company. So as you can see here on the image in the right place, there is a stages, which is the first one, there is analysis, and then next there is a design, then development and testing. That's where the developers test the system after the design, and then implementation, and then after that we have documentation, and the last one, which is the evaluation. So now let's move into our system design. So according to the author, that designing the project required users to involve in the project. So this is because users knows their need. So actually, designing the project or software system, so it says that users and stakeholders must be included in the development process because they have a huge contribution to be able to succeed. So in fact, the research shows that human factors has a big impact for the project. That's where the project base its uses from. So therefore, human factors must be part of the design based on the analysis to fulfill the user's need on daily transaction. Now let's move on to our different organizational roles of system and analysts involved in system analysis and design. So actually, the organization has different roles for an individual based on their specialty. Like for example, you are a developer, you are analyst, you are a tester, a software engineer. You'll be assigned in a engineer field, which is also part of developing a project in system analysis and design. So according to the author, the organization has different roles. This roles is one of the IT department role that responsible for system plan, develop new system, and handling information system. So the role may have complicated and needed a strong understanding with the system so that the communication through an organization must be clear. So the roles to an organization may vary depending on the skills and experience as well as the size of the company, because a small and big company has a different set of rules. For example, you are a QA, quality tester. So you might be part of the tester, which is testing the codes, testing all the system that been using in the development process. If you are a programmer or a coder, so you're gonna be getting information from the designers, and then putting that into code to be able to produce results. So now let's move into how to analyze business requirements for system design. So analyzing requirements involves various activities, whether the developers are trying to upgrade the current system or developing new system for an organization. So therefore, identifying solutions for the problem is important. So we have problem analysis. So in that part, planners need to ask the users to identify problems. What is the problems of the system? Why do we need to improve? Why do we need to upgrade our system? What is the issues? So like for example, if there is a process of doing something and it takes more than time, there must be a problem. That's why they conducting the problem analysis. So they look at the duration analysis. Next one, we have activity based costing. How much does it cost to an organization? We have informal benchmarking. It's a comparison activities to other competitors who do the same processing, why they fast, then what steps should to take to achieve it. So if the company is using the old system because of old technologies that they've been using, so they must be change something that makes different for the processes. So now let's move into system analysis and design methodologies. So according to the author, there are many methodologies available at the market that the organization can use. They suggest that it is great to try more than one method to maximize the desired results. So users want a great system as trust is important in terms of personal information or privacy. So actually we have a lot of methodologies, especially this time. So we have here the waterfall methodology. So it is a traditional method. It says that it is time consuming where the changes are hardly considered once the plans are already set. So during the development process, the step-by-step procedures are applied. So this means before moving to another stage, the current stage must be complete. So as you can see that we have planning, design, development, implementation, documentation, and maintenance. Next method, we have V-model methodology. The V-model methodology is considered an extension of the waterfall method, but it has a different approach when dealing with the project. It has easy procedures to follow, such as what to do, how it is done, and what is used to do it. The effectiveness of this method is high as developers have the privilege to participate in the project. It has a submodel where the tasks are distributed to all members, with specific roles according to the developer's expertise. In addition, additional changes can be imposed during the development process. Although all tasks that are to be taken are planned, unnecessary changes are inevitable when needed. On the diagram, the process of this method is same as the waterfall, but it has something different because compared to the waterfall, it's really hard to adapt the changes once the system has been planned. However, the V-model methodology can able to adapt the changes during the development. And the good thing here is that the developers know what to do and how it is done and what is used to do it. And how they would able to do that because the task will be distributed to all the team members based on their expertise. Like for example, you are a programmer and you are handling JavaScript or CSS, HTML, and that's your expertise to finish the task. So aside from that, all the tasks that are to be taken are planned. And even though there is a changes, this model can able to adopt the changes during the development process. So that's the V-model methodology. The next one that we're gonna discuss is incremental method. This model has flexible ways of developing software project. However, when the clients are not satisfied, changes will be made based on clients' implications and will be carried out to the next increments until the project is well implemented. On the diagram, we have increment 1, increment 2, and increment 3. And those kind of processes have same procedures in order to finish the system or the project. So for example, The first incremental method is that the developers gather all the requirements from the clients, and then they did analysis, and they did design, and then they finish the project, they present to the clients. However, if the clients is not satisfied enough for that system, there will be changes that need to be done by the developers. They need to gather the requirements again, and then they have to do analysis. They have to do design again, and they have to present that one to the clients. So they have to repeat again and again until the system is well implemented. And now let's move into spiral method. So this method is mostly used in technical engineering and sciences. It is also being used for evaluating societies, specifically in the big subsidiary. It is organized as bottom-up and top-bottom methods, which are mostly applied to institutions, businesses, schools, and hospitals. On the diagram, the starting point is that requirements. So they have to gather the requirements first. After that, risk analysis. They have to analyze the risk that they are taking during the time after getting the requirements. And then after that, they have to make prototype. And then they have to do risk analysis again. And then prototype, and then development plan. And then after that, they have to do risk analysis again. They have to do a lot of analysis during that kind of development, and then prototypes during that development before they can proceed to the design process. So once they are satisfied for the design, they have to go through coding and test. So that is the spiral method. So the spiral method is continuously repeating the risk analysis during the development until they are satisfied and can able to go through to the design. Now let's move into agile method. The agile method is flexible for developing large and small projects. The concept has been inherited by iterative and incremental methods that are able to adapt to changes during development. The part of the team must be experienced enough to adapt the changes during the development process. It can be based on the user's perspective or an organization's when the design will be changed based on either both parties or one parties. So that is the agile method. And a lot of developers are experiencing that kind of method during development when they go take a job from the big companies. And during that time, also the project manager is part of the development process because that's where the communications takes place between team members. So that is agile methodology. Now let's move into the conclusion. In conclusion, system analysis and design has always been a big contribution for the success of any company's plan. There are various methodologies and techniques available today. We have seen that the users are always been part of the projects, and the team is required to work together to achieve the plan. Although it is a tough job that required expertise and experiences, however, understanding the role of an analyst in system analysis and design will help our young analysts to understand its importance and uses to an organization. Therefore, system analysts will know what the expectations are and required for this field. And that's all for this session 1.